G'day guys, and today I'm going to review the game which is between Geelong and Collingwood, and the Cats grinded away a win there, 21-point winners in the end. I missed the first quarter and a bit. I watched the second half of the second quarter, and then was able to watch the full second half. Had a bit on, but got a reasonable gauge of the game. But yeah, pretty tough win in the end. Look, we did a little bit of damage at the end of sort of the second term and the third term, but yeah, kept it pretty quiet in the last quarter. Kicked a couple there, but yeah, some inaccurate scoring here. Not a super high scoring game. It's certainly not the greatest game of all time, and you won't see it listed as one of the greatest games of all time with the inaccuracy here. But the Cats got the job done, did what they had to do. Pretty impressed with the win, actually. I tipped the Pies, and they have given us a lot of troubles in the past. And I think they're probably a better side this year than probably have been in the last couple of years. So I thought, with that in mind, they'd give us even more trouble once again. But again, yeah, very impressed with the win. We weren't amazing. We weren't awesome or anything like that. But you'll take a win on any given day when it's so competitive like the competition is. You know, if you're going 4-4, it's your top 4 chances are in jeopardy right there. But very happy we were able to grind out a win. Defensively, we were so good again. We've kept teams to probably under 100 points, probably conceded about 80-something points in the last few weeks. We've conceded 77 points in the last 2 weeks. That is stingy as it gets. Pies did miss a fair few, to be fair, so that helped a bit. But I thought, as a team, we defended so well. We applied a lot of pressure, even though somehow the Pies laid so many more tackles. But I felt we're always in the face. The opposition, yeah, we moved the ball reasonably well. We probably didn't take the most of our chances. We were 2-7 early on and probably could have kicked a couple more. I didn't see how that all panned out, but kicked 2-7. You'd like to kick at least 6, 5 or 6 at worst, but that's okay. The Pies would have liked to have kicked more than 5-15 from 20 scoring shots, so that's going at 20% there. Yeah, midfield was really solid. Moving up forward was pretty decent, and yeah, converted what we did. We 46 inside 50s each. So look, I'll take that for sure, and it's super even comp. But yeah, I guess about the game, we won the clearances, which is a positive. It felt like Collingwood got every single clearance in the last quarter, but around the ground. But we must have dominated it early on in the piece. Got the contested possessions over the line there. The Pies laid heaps of tackles, getting the job done there. But yeah, I guess it'll be more about the individuals that sort of got the team over the line here. So yeah, look, pretty happy overall. I'll take that over a loss any day of the week, and hopefully we can keep building and get a couple more wins going into the bye. We'll see how we go there. Essendon, Carlton, and Gold Coast coming up. But we'll move into the votes, and you've got the top 3 blokes right there. In which order? Yeah, we'll find out. I've given the 3 votes, not motes. So Sam and a goal, 24 touches, 10 marks, a couple of tackles, and 3 goals. I love midfielders that kick goals. I find them to be really important. He took a lot of marks. He was really good in commanding around the ground. 3 critical goals at critical stages. Yeah, he was just so good. Probably one of his better games for the club. He's played some pretty good games along the way, but yeah, I felt this was right up there. I didn't see the first quarter in a bit, so he could have been a menace then as well. I've given the 2 votes to Paddy Boy. He got the 26 touches, got a mark in there, got a few free kicks, 7 tackles, which is huge, and he kicked a goal, which was also important on Jeremy Howe. Yeah, Paddy was just moving, he was running. I felt like he was back to his best today. He probably had a bit of a downer against the Swans, especially late. And probably the last couple of weeks hasn't been in amazing form. Could be a bit injured, who knows? Everyone's carrying niggles and things like that. I felt you could really feel his influence, and when he kicked the ball, it was generally to a good spot. So, love the way Paddy Boy went about it, and Tom Stewart, mate, All-Australian defender, lock him in. 28 touches, 20 kicks, fantastic, 9 marks, a couple of free kicks in there, and also got a tackle. He's so cool in the air. He's cool in a crisis. He knows what to do. He's got veins of steel. He's just a complete player. Matty Scully's picked up an amazing bloke there. He just very rarely loses one-on-ones. So yeah, just so damaging with the football when he gets it. He doesn't just stop the ball, but he's a very attacking defender. And could have easily got 2 votes today. It was exceptional. So 28 from a back pocket, if you like, half backer. He's been amazing. So yeah, and some special mentions. Ablett got 32. I didn't think he was super damaging with what I saw. He kicked a very clever goal. Duncan was pretty cool. Selwood pretty solid as well. I thought Blitzarves again down back was really sensational. And Taylor hasn't missed a beat. Kelly was pretty solid once again. And Parsons got a bit of the football. I liked Cramery as an option up forward. And the Sav took a couple of big clunks. He was really good to watch. So, yeah, look pretty happy overall with the team. And I guess I'm going to go to the injury list, guys. Get a bit of innovation here with my tips. Or not even my tips, the review of the game. Obviously, this is updated May 10. But, yeah, if you're going to look at the chopping block or the player review, Hughes will obviously stay. So you got probably Murdoch, Gregson, Hall and Smith and Parsons, Cunico, all on the fringe, you would have to say. Menzel's probably another couple of weeks, so you'd say he won't make it back next week. I would they'll be precautionary, very precautionary with him, I'd say. Tom Hawkins will make his way back in, so it's basically going to be whether they think Cramery's mobile enough to stay in the side. I think they play with Cramery and Sav and Hawkins in the one team against the Giants, which worked well. It's basically going to come down to whether they think Cramery's mobile enough and whether or not Parsons offers enough. He didn't get any score on the board today. A couple of tackles in there, but I'd feel like Cramery can offer a couple of tackles, some big marks, and also a couple of goals for the game. But yeah, so I'd be probably going Hawkins for Parsons before that, but depends on the team structure, depends on the weather, depends on a lot of things, form, all those variables come into play. McCarthy, I think he's playing in the VFL, kicked a couple of snags, and Parfitt they'll probably be precautionary with, I'd say. Fogarty might get another crack, so it would be depending on whether they want to do a bit of a swap around there. I'd say Hall and Smith will keep his spot, he's not injured. Ablett back, which is really good. So I would say it wouldn't be too many changes. You'd obviously say Hawk will be back in, and possibly Fogarty if they think he can replace someone that may not have had an amazing game today. And yeah, probably say that would pretty much be about it for the rundown there. But no, pretty good overall from the Cats. I feel like if I saw that first quarter in a bit, I'd have a bit more to say. But look, yeah, really impressed from the start to the finish. We just really came to play. Loved the pressure around the ground, and we sort of parked the bus a little bit in the last quarter, which is fair enough. Want to keep it low scoring, and then just make your percentage look nice. But yeah, look, a ripping 21-point win from the Cats. And take a look at next week. Deep breath Sundays, and I keep moving my mouse and things keep popping up. Where are we playing? We're playing the Bombers at the G, so that'll be on the Saturday afternoon. We'll look into that one. And yeah, I get wary of the Bombers when they play us. They sometimes can really, run us off our feet. Saw that game last year, I think it was, where they absolutely killed us. And then they nearly beat us when they had no team in 2016, and they had all those players out. So we won by 5 goals in the end, but we did not come to play at all, and it looked like the Bombers were a chance to win, and would have been one of the upsets of the decade, to be fair. But yeah, it can go two ways this game. Bombers have to respond, or they're incapable of responding, and Geelong will just absolutely run over them and might get a nice 7 to 10 goal win. But yeah, I'd be saying the Cats anywhere from 5, probably about 5 goals on the G. If it was an Etihad or maybe a Simmons, which never seems to happen, you'd probably suggest maybe nearly towards the 10 goal mark. But yeah, they'll have the heat on them again. They've had the heat on them the last few weeks, hasn't been any different. Having the heat on them, so whether they respond with some axing, some changes there, we'll see what happens. But I back us in to win, whether it's at the G, Etihad or Simmons. We did alright on the G today against a side that gives us a bit of trouble. So look, I'll back us in, but again, you never know. If you go in thinking you don't need to do your best, that's when you get found out and get exposed. But if their small forwards are up and about and their midfield's getting on top, then we're in a bit of trouble. But look, if we do well in the midfield, it sets up the rest of the ground, gives the forwards a good chance, and then also helps the mids get back to help the defenders outnumber there. And cause a bit of havoc. So yeah, I'm hoping we get a good display there. You can't go in thinking, oh, we've definitely won it before it's done. You can't go into any game thinking like that. Otherwise, you're losing a heartbeat, even if you're a couple of % off and the team that's playing is a couple of % up what they normally are at. So hope you enjoyed the review, guys. So it's the Cats getting home by 21 points. Subscribe away for more reviews and more AFL highlights, random stuff that I've got on the channel. Keep up to date with that. And give the video a like, that'd be amazing. Thanks for hanging around, guys. Catch you all next time.